Africa's first desert-heavy haul railway. How China writes infrastructure into the Sahara. Today, we're going to the Sahara Desert, not through policy papers or summits, but through steel rails laid across sand, and through the very particular way People's Daily tells a story about engineering. Our source is a February 2026 report from Renmin Ribao People's Daily.
人民日报
documenting the opening of what it calls Africa's first desert heavy haul railway, a 950-kilometer line built across western Algeria by China Railway Construction Corporation. The Algerian Desert Heavy Haul Railway, also known as the Garajabilit Tindaf Becha Western Mining Railway, is a major infrastructure project in Algeria designed to unlock vast iron ore deposits in the Sahara Desert. Officially inaugurated on the 1st of February 2026, it is considered the first heavy-haul desert railway in Africa. What we're listening for in this episode is not just what was built, but how legitimacy is narrated, how hardship, technology, standards, and people are arranged into a story that makes Chinese overseas infrastructure feel natural, trustworthy, and even inevitable. Let's begin where the article itself begins, not with numbers, not with contracts, but with an image. Part 1. Dawn in the Desert. The first sentence reads:
晨曦中的撒哈拉沙漠，铁轨在沙海间延展，宛如一条墨色长带。
At dawn in the Sahara Desert, the rails stretch through the sea of sand, like a ribbon of black ink. In the morning light, the railway tracks stretch across the Sahara Desert like a long, dark ribbon. This is not neutral reporting, it is civilizational language. At dawn in the Sahara Desert, the rails stretch through the sea of sand, like a ribbon of ink. Why begin this way? Because People's Daily aestheticizes infrastructure.
沙海
Sea of sand.
墨色
Ink-colored. Ink invokes writing civilization history being inscribed. This is not a neutral landscape, it is a blank canvas being written upon. The desert is not empty, it is a page. The railway is not metal, it is writing. People's Daily often begins major infrastructure stories this way, because before a project is political or economic, it must be aesthetic. It must feel like order emerging from vastness. The article then pulls us immediately into collective effort.
8000余名中阿建设者昼夜攻坚。中英说过，
More than 8,000 Chinese and Algerian builders attacked the challenge day and night, and finally harvested results. The key word here is
攻坚
to assault a fortified difficulty, originally military, now fully technocratic. Construction is framed not as labor, but as struggle with moral weight. Part 2, Why this railway? Only after this opening does the article tell us what has actually been built.
这是非洲首条沙漠重载铁路，全长950公里。
This is Africa's first desert heavy-haul railway, with a total length of 950 kilometers. Notice the order. Immediately, 3-layered claims.
非洲首条
Africa's first continental primacy.
沙漠重载铁路，
Desert heavy-haul railway environmental extremity plus industrial seriousness.
通车了。
Has opened accomplishment, closure, delivery. This is not aspirational language, it is completion language. First, Africa's first, then, desert, then, heavy haul only, then, length. This is a railway defined by extremity, not geography. It connects Becha Province,
沙尔省、
Tindaf Province,
廷杜夫省、
the Garajabilit Iron Ore Region.
莱特铁矿区。
In other words, this is not a passenger convenience project, it is a resource artery, built to move iron, industry, and eventually people, out of Algeria's southwest. Later, the article will quantify this. Freight trains up to 17,000 tons annual iron ore capacity of 50 million tons, industrial goods, another 25 million tons. But for now, the railway is presented as a spine, something that makes regional development possible at all. Part 3, Hard Conditions, Soft Politics. At the opening ceremony, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune speaks. He thanks Chinese builders for one thing only:
克服艰难的自然条件，
overcoming harsh natural conditions, not contracts, not financing, not geopolitics. The desert is the antagonist, not politics. This is a recurring People's Daily move. Nature absorbs what politics might otherwise contest. We are then told what those conditions actually look like.
最高温达50余摄氏度，
Temperatures exceeding 50 degrees Celsius.
无人、无水、无油、 无信号。
No people, no water, no fuel, no signal. 4 negatives stacked deliberately. This echoes older frontier construction narratives. But here the solution is not revolutionary spirit, it is logistics, planning, and technology. Part 4, to build a road, first find the stone. The article now slows down and tells what is, essentially, a parable. The section title reads,
修路先寻石。
To build a road, first find the stone. Why stone? Because railway ballast
道闸
is foundational, and this project required 3.6 million tons of it. There was only one known quarry nearby. Importing stone would be expensive, slow, and unreliable. So the team makes a decision. They will find and produce their own stone. What follows is almost novelistic. Survey teams driving without landmarks. Vehicles bogged in sand phones with no signal, relying on pre-saved geological diagrams. And then, by chance, on the way back at dusk,
一片储量充足的花岗岩岩体，
a granite body with abundant reserves. This moment is written like a revelation. The message is clear. Chinese capability lies not just in machinery, but in persistence, adaptation, and field-level improvisation. Part 5, Standards without arrogance. At the heart of the article is a sentence that quietly answers international criticism.
我们没有照搬中国标准。
We did not simply copy Chinese standards. Instead, the project integrates heavy hull freight at 32.5-ton axle load passenger trains at 160 km per hour Algerian and European railway norms. This is standards diplomacy. Chinese technology is framed as strong, but flexible, advanced, but cooperative. A Chinese rail laying machine is introduced almost as a character, CPG 500.
长轨铺轨机，
CPG 500 long rail laying machine, capable of laying over 500 meters of rail at once, even in 55-degree heat. The implication is subtle but powerful. Reliable machines reflect reliable partners. Part 6, people, not just projects. Then the article shifts tone.
铁路建设不止于工程履约。
Railway construction goes beyond contractual delivery. Railway construction is more than just fulfilling engineering contracts. We move into training programs, management exchanges, and local employment. The human center of the story is a 26-year-old Algerian worker, Dabika Mohammed, who grows from trainee to technical backbone to becoming a trainer of others. This is not accidental. People's Daily is answering the question, what is left behind when the builders go home? The answer offered is skills, careers, and institutional memory. China's Tazara Railway project in Zambia struggled for decades with maintenance, funding, and institutional continuity after Chinese teams left in the 1970s. This article reads almost like a reply to that checkered history. The emphasis on training, local management, long-term operations suggests an acute awareness of earlier shortcomings and a conscious attempt to learn from mistakes of the past. Part 7, a future that runs on steel. Finally, the article looks forward. 2 passenger trains daily, thousands of long-term maintenance jobs, a railway that links mines, cities, and ports. A local resident sums it up.
希望能为年轻人带来更多就业机会与发展空间。
Hope it can bring more jobs and opportunities for young people. Hope is the closing note, not triumph. Conclusion. This People's Daily article never once argues that China should be in Africa. Instead, it shows stone found, rails laid, standards merged, people trained, trains running. The Tazara Railway was built by an ideological China in the 1970s. This is more a post-ideological China, a more pragmatic China nevertheless compared with Australia's Pilbara. This is infrastructure as governance, not just logistics. The iron ore carried on the Algerian rail line may well serve to relieve China of its dependence on Australia, the Pilbara, in the near future. The strategic goal is reportedly to facilitate the extraction and transport of an estimated 3.5 billion tons of iron ore from Garagebilit, aiming to export up to 50 million tons annually. The railway is steel. The story is governance, purpose, and a well-earned degree of satisfaction in completing a most daunting, challenging task.